Welcome to the Quantum Legacy series, where we revisit the original shortwave radio broadcasts of Dr. Robert Marshall, founder of Quantum Nutrition Labs. These episodes are a window into the early days of clean, quantum state nutrition, a philosophy that still drives everything we do at QNL today. Please note, this is archival content. Any product mentions, pricing, or special offers discussed may no longer be valid. Let's dive into this timeless broadcast and explore the legacy that helped shape the future of natural health.
Welcome to Healthline. Hi, I'm your host, Dr. Bob Marshall. You can listen to Healthline every Saturday here on this same station. Every week, I give away nutritional secrets and cutting-edge breakthroughs it's taken me years to learn to help you get back to looking good and feeling great the way God intended. You know, earlier in my life, I personally faced not one, but two major health challenges. So I searched the globe to find the nutrients and technology that would allow my body to help itself. I discovered and developed a system of pinpoint targeted nutrition, and since 1976, as a clinical nutritionist, I've been privileged to help thousands of other people unleash their greatest health potential. People just like you, from all over the U.S., coast to coast, and from around the world. So if you need help, we're just a phone call away, wherever you live. We provide comprehensive state-of-the-art testing called quantum reflex analysis, or QRA. We also manufacture our own line of cell-resonant nutritional products, free of questionable encapsulating agents, to ensure unparalleled world-class quantum state nutrition. Our products and methods are so effective that we're known for nutrition that really works. Join us now for today's edition of Healthline. All right, let's go right to the phones here. Let's go to Carmen in Chicago. And she's a caregiver for an elderly man who just injured himself. Okay. How can I help you, Carmen?
Hello. Yes, he's 82 years old.
Yep.
He weighs about 144. He
Okay.
fell down,
Yep.
busted his head open,
Ooh.
and he had 7 stitches.
Okay.
It was about a month ago.
Okay.
It's healing, but he's dizzy now. He's diabetic, and his circulation on the left foot is not circulating well. It's cold.
All right, what you got to do for him is get him on the biofield diet strictly. That means that the diet will say you can eat certain foods occasionally. He can't eat any of those for at least 90 days. Okay? So 90 days strict, and just about everything you're talking about is going to disappear. How's that for a deal? Now,
Oh, that's great.
I probably would give him some nucleotides so that, you know, that injury can be, you've got the nutrients needed so that that injury can clear. He's very small, so I'd say about 3 per meal.
Okay.
And you'll see that's very profound. The other thing I would do, because of his age, is give him Digest, a couple of Quantum Digest at the start of a cooked food meal.
How many?
2. And
Okay.
betaine hydrochloride, about 4 at the end of the meal. And if you forget and give them all at the end of the meal, it'll work almost as good, okay? Now, those couple things, you should see a profound change, okay?
And how about the circulation for the legs of the...
Well, you can give him some DHA 200, give him about 5 of those as a capsule. You can just punch a hole in it, squeeze the oil that's in there, tastes good, out into his food. Maybe give it to him in a salad. And the other thing that can help the microcirculation is something called Circugold.
Okay.
Circugold,
Okay.
and you would give him probably about 3 per meal. Now, as soon as you see him, he's markedly better. I would just use it for a week or so more and then stop. Okay?
Okay. I have everything you suggested.
You're smart.
The only thing is, I don't know if he's going to go for the 90 days plan.
Don't do it that way. Tell him you want to try a week on this diet.
Okay.
Life's a romance. You don't blurt out and say, you jerk, all this food you ate has messed you up really badly. That's going to just get him to want to tell you to take a flying hike. Instead, you say, I'm really been doing research to help you. And I think if we switch to food, let's just try it for a week and see how you do.
Okay.
And in a week, you may see a difference.
So the DH200,
DHA200, yeah.
Just squeeze it.
Punch a hole in it and squeeze it into his food. It tastes good. It's not foul.
Oh, okay, great. And then I could call the order line.
Yep.
They'll have the information.
They will have all my notes. Yep.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Welcome to Healthline Live, hosted by world-renowned clinical nutritionist Dr. Robert Marshall, PhD, of Quantum Nutrition Labs. He believed that the secrets of optimal health lie not within costly techniques, but in the body's own theorized energy field. Using these concepts, Dr. Marshall touched the lives of countless people throughout the globe with this effective and insightful nutritional system, a methodology he coined as the quantum nutrition effect. Don't miss this nutritional legend whose insightful ideas revolutionized natural health care. To speak with an experienced representative regarding your own health concerns, please call Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Dr. Marshall's comments have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And now, please join us for Healthline Live with Dr. Marshall.
Welcome to Healthline Live. This is your opportunity to get your nutrition and health-related questions answered with the latest discoveries of the 21st century. And believe me, in the last 10, 20 years, knowledge of how to care and fuel this body is exploding. And I think it can make such a huge difference in quality of life and length of life. So stay tuned and feel free to call in 888-588-7576, and you can visit us online. Tell a friend. They can join us for this Saturday 1-hour blockbuster show, or they can join us during the week, Monday through Friday. We've got a half-hour show, and of course, usually during the week, it's a little easier to break through and get your question answered. So just go to qnlabs.com. qnlabs.com. Every day that we come to you, we got a series of teaching and blockbuster special to reward you and your family for tuning in so you can enjoy and keep your very best health. Today we're going to talk a little bit about immune health, and this is really a big deal, and most people are not aware of some of the armamentarium that's available these days. One of the big players on the block that has not been available before is something called nucleotides. And these are the actual building blocks of the cell, and it takes a staggering 6 billion B to build one cell. So once we've had a blow, an injury, a trauma, a surgery, or even a cold or flu or anything that would damage the tissue, we're calling upon our supply of nucleotides. Well, if you've got them, great. If you don't, you just have to wait for the body to make enough. And when this comes to building new tissue, it can really be a problem. Let's say you had a surgery and the body's going to pack whatever it's got on hand into that cut or wound or injury. But if you've got those nucleotides, whoa, this can mean helping the body deliver or promote the best possible recovery and function for your body. Nucleotides have been around quite a while in Europe. They're sold under the name Onset because they view them as so important to promote best health if you're struggling with any kind of immune issue. And of course, in addition to nucleotides, colostrum is another key player that can act like a stand-in immune system, especially in your intestines because it has human active preformed immunoglobulins. And of course, this is completely different than nucleotides and what it's able to do. And of course, the needs of the thymus for nucleotides can easily be satisfied there, but you can reduce this white cell demand during all of this by jumping on a little bit of colostrum. Really great thing to do. But you know, one of the big missing links, we don't usually have normal levels of vitamin D3. And in the last 5-6 years, D3 has been shown to be a critical player in the formation of literally all 200 plus immune compounds that the body makes. Wow. So this is a really key player. So we produce a product called D3 Gold, and it's really good to use probably about 6 drops of this. And if you're under 40, you can just take the drops straight, preferably at your main meal, so there's plenty of protein. And that's the escort for the fat of the D3. And if you're 40 or over, then you really should consider putting the D3 in maybe a half ounce of water and adding 3-4 drops of an organic limonene. That's essential oil of orange. Stir it up good. You'll see that the limonene is an emulsifier. And quickly, the big droplets of the D3 become tiny, tiny. So now, regardless of how your gallbladder is performing, your body is going to absorb this D3 just beautifully. So these are, to me, the ABCs that everybody ought to have around so that when you need them, you got them. But D3 is one you want to use day in and day out so you don't challenge your immune system with deficiency. So by all means, jump on today's great specials, nucleotides, colostrum, and our vitamin D3, and even our quantum limonene. You'll buy 2, get 25% off each. Just give a buzz to our order line, 800-370-3447, 800-370-3447. Then you visit us online, qnlabs.com. All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live. We're going to go to the phones now. Let's go to Rick in San Jose, California. And he's got some bad dandruff, rash on his chest and armpits. And the doctor said it's a yeast buildup. They're probably right. Are you there, Rick?
Yes, I am.
How old a man are you, and how much do you weigh?
I'm 69, weigh 200 pounds.
Okay, well, the first thing you want to know is that everybody has dandruff. But when there's excess sugar going to the scalp, it intensifies the production of something called sebum. The sebum is like a glue, and it starts sticking the dandruff that everybody has together so it becomes visible. But otherwise, I'm having dandruff, but you can't see it. It's microscopic in size, okay? So the first thing we have to do is tell you you're getting way too much sugar, okay? And so this, of course, is the result of not getting enough starch. When we crave sugar, we may have depleted our B vitamins, so we can't metabolize starch, and or we don't have starch. So the very simple thing is for you to get a copy of the Biofield Diet and the resource list and shift gears and lay off meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy products for 90 days. And after the 90 days, then you'll have occasionally the foods that are listed there, but the ones that it said you can have occasionally, you don't eat for the first 90 days. Now, what this is going to do for you at your age, it's going to give you 30 more good years, buddy, if you're smart. Now, if you're a dumbbell, you won't follow this, it'll kill you. The American food will kill you. So I'm hoping you're smart, and I can tell you the yeast buildup is also failure of your digestion, but that's classic thing that's happening in America. I'll show you how to fix that in a minute. And then I'd get some B vitamins like Max Stress B, and I'd take maybe a couple of teaspoons a day to promote your best starch metabolism and help kibosh any sugar craving. Okay, now the next thing we've got to do for you desperately is that you're not to eat another cooked food meal without taking digestive enzymes like Quantum Digest. And you need at least 2 of these at the start of the meal, the end of the meal. You want about 6 betaine hydrochloride. And now you're digesting more like you did in your 20s. You'll be lighter, you'll be stronger, you'll need less sleep. You'll see your ideal weight just comes on like a banshee, and you're going to feel more like you felt at 49 instead of 69. Now, sometimes the HCl will burn. If it does, you drink a bunch of water, it'll go away, but that's a warning. We've got a scar on the center line of the body. Until you can get to a QRA practitioner and get it mud packed, you'll get something called stomach support, and you'll have to take 3 capsules at your body size, empty them in a cup, fill the cup with water to high boil, stir it up, steep it, 10 minutes, drink it before you eat. Now the HCl will totally agree with you. And now you're digesting well, so this yeast problem is history, and you're now switching the way you're eating, so the craving goes away, and of course the dandruff is a minor side effect. It'll be gone. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, buddy, just give a buzz to the order line. They'll help you. You got that number?
No, I don't. What is that?
800
Okay.
370 3447. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Quantum Nutrition Labs has exciting news. We are proud to introduce Quantum Hemp Extract. Now you can get your hemp extract with the Quantum Quality Guarantee. Call or visit us online to get yours today.
All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related calls. You reach us toll-free, 888-588-7576, and you can also visit us online at qnlabs.com. Let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to Dahlia in Chicago, and she's got some numbness in her hands. Are you there, Dahlia?
Yes, hi. How are you doing?
All right, and how old a woman are you, and how much do you weigh?
I weigh 200 pounds. I'm 60 years old. I take your digestive.
Good.
2 before meal. I take your HCl 4 to 6 after meal.
Good.
I take your bone support 4.
Good.
Your nucleotides 6. I
Good.
take your colostrum. They told me morning and lunch, but then I called back and they told me to take it at my protein meal.
Yep.
With my D3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when they say protein meal, does it have to be red meat?
No.
Could it be eggs?
It could be beans and rice.
Oh, okay. Okay,
It's
great.
up to you what is protein for you. Okay. Now the
Okay,
numbness in the hands
Yeah.
almost always links to a problem in the spine near the first thoracic vertebrae and the last or 7th cervical vertebrae. So an old injury.
Many of them.
Yeah, okay.
I used to water ski,
Okay,
horseback riding.
All right. So the only antidote I have to that is to get in the hands of someone who knows QRA and can do a mud pack called an iPack. And here they're going to be able to find the interference fields that are sedating the energy flow to the hands, mud pack them, get that energy to flow back there, and also double check that your program is allowing you to build bone properly. In other words, the kidney and the parathyroid don't need any special support, and you don't have any heavy infection in your gums or anywhere else. And so if that's true, then you should be able to build bone, and as you mud pack, you should be able to promote a normal, healthy state for your hands there, okay?
But I do have, my legs are swollen, so I know that's due to the episiotomy.
Then you've got
I got to get that done.
Yeah, and you got to get on kidney support if you have that to get control of it. And I would recommend, at your body size, you're going to need about 4 per meal. You might also want to take about 5 DHA at your main protein meal, the vegetarian form from microalgae. And you should, Lord willing, you'll see that that area, it becomes normal, but it's only temporary. It
Right.
will, the body, the interference field will overcome that ultimately. So you got to get it mud packed, okay?
Okay, and you have somebody in Chicago?
We have a plethora of people. Just give a buzz to the order line. They'll help you with that.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye now.
No.
All right. This is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related questions. You reach us toll-free, 888-588-7576, and you visit us online, qnlabs.com. Let's talk a little bit more about some great things that you can have in your home for your medicine chest. And, you know, there's more immune support that you can do. We'll have on special today our immune support. We used to call it infectostatin. This is olive leaf extract, and it's unique in the plant kingdom in that it sort of interferes with the ability of attackers to reproduce. So it's quite a nice little player on the block. It may be slow, but it can be very helpful. And when you have no idea what to do, this might be something good to use. And at the first sign of any issue that you are immune challenged, this is when you want to really bring in the support. And if the issue is your mouth, your head, your sinus, your throat, you may want to consider oregano oil. And this is a bit of a spicy oil that's been used for hundreds of years to promote healthy immune response. And you can gargle with this, and anyone who's sensitive to that spicy taste, you can just take 3 or 4 drops of the oregano oil and 3 or 4 drops of our organic limonene, and mix them together. And as you mix them together, you'll see that the big droplets of the oregano oil become tiny, tiny. Once that happens, then you can gargle, and the fire from the oregano oil is gone. So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing you can use, and it's one of my favorites. It's something you can carry with you. So when first sign of something, you can take action and instead of letting something get a death grip, this is a smart thing to carry with you. It's a very little glass jar, so it's easy to put in your travel kit and take along with you. And, of course, the limonene and the oregano oil and immune support will all be on special, right along with vitamin C. You know, vitamin C is something we really need every day. It's water-soluble. But what is real vitamin C? Well, I guess the FDA would say it's ascorbic acid. And I guess I would say that if you take ascorbic acid in seconds, not even minutes, it's oxidized to a pro-oxidant, a free radical known as dihydroascorbate, unless it has the escort that was designed in food, and that is hundreds of bioflavonoids, to quickly reduce it or bring it back to its active vitamin C form. And that's what I would call real vitamin C. And that's our quantum vitamin C, and it's going to be on special today. And it's a really reasonable thing to have around. And, you know, whether it's winter or summer, sometimes you just run out of fruit. Sometimes you don't have time. Sometimes you don't even feel like it. So this is the way to make sure that your body has the antioxidant and the immune and the connective tissue support from real vitamin C, so you can have the best possible health. And then finally, we'll have our CoQ10 on special. And of course, this is to promote cellular energy, and this is really critical for people that are over 40 and can be a really big help. So just give a buzz to the order line. All these products will be on special. They can run down the list with you again. You buy 2, get 25% off each. That's our immune support, oregano oil, the limonene, quantum vitamin C, and CoQ10. Just give a buzz to our order line, 800-370-3447. 800-370-3447. And you can visit us online, qnlabs.com. All right, let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to Beth in New Jersey, and her baby's got a little immune issue on the skin with some firm round bumps and all. Are you there, Beth?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Good. And how old is your baby?
She is 15 months old.
And is she being breastfed?
Yeah. I mean, not completely, but she is being breastfed as
Okay, well, how long was she completely breastfed?
The first, pretty much till she was 5 months.
5 months,
And then she
okay.
started food.
Just so you know, the minimum is 12 months. The ideal thing is 18 to 24 months. So by the introduction of food, of course, her digestive tract is not ready. So all manner of weird things can happen. So what you have to do now is damage control. So number one, other than your breast milk, she shouldn't be getting any meat, fish, poultry, eggs, or dairy products. Okay? That would be number one. Number two, you've got to check to be sure you're getting enough salt, so she's getting enough salt, so she can make enough hydrochloric acid at her stomach to be able to kill any of the bugs that are in the body. Okay? And whenever we see a skin problem, you always want to think of the intestine. Something's wrong in the intestine. So whatever you're feeding her, you want to make sure that none of the foods contain added oil. Okay? So you're going to squeeze out maybe one capsule of DHA 200 into her food, and that's going to be her oil. But our goal is, of course, to eliminate anything that she can't digest that might take down the immune system, okay? So what else can you do? You can beef up your milk density by going on the nutritional yeast flakes. These are 50% protein. They taste really good. And if you'll take 2 to 4 tablespoons of that a day, your milk will become super milk. Okay? And so that's the way we want to try to feed the heck out of her right now rather than regular food. Okay? So do you understand?
How long do you do this for?
Well, you have to do it till the intestine is ready for whole food, roughly around 18 months.
Well, she's my third kid that has it.
Okay.
I have nephews, and they all got it.
Yep.
It's all because the digestion is not prepared.
Correcto.
Okay.
They all did not get a full-term breastfeeding, I suspect.
Right.
Yeah,
That
that's
is true.
why you got. It's a very common problem. Okay.
The thing is that they get big enough. They want food. They see it. They want it.
Yeah, I understand, but Mom, you're in charge. And
hear.
you can give them
Well-
all the food they want as long as it's food that does not contain refined oil or meat, fish, poultry, eggs, or dairy products. Okay, and so if you get a copy of the Biofield diet, you can see substitute foods that taste really great, that they'll love, that don't have any of that crap oil added to it.
Okay.
And watch the skin. Just watch what happens. It's just like miracle. Okay?
Really? Because it used to be, like my mother never breastfed. The reason is breastfed. My mother didn't breastfeed any of her children,
Yep.
and there was no molluscum.
Yeah, you know
But
why,
if
don't you? Because the food is so much better back then than now. The food now is loaded with persistent organic pollutants. They get a great name. They call it POPs.
Right, yeah, I read about that.
And so you're not on the same playing field, okay?
I was wondering, does it have anything to do with measles? Because she just broke out now with measles. She actually is getting over measles.
It could, but you have to remember that her immune system, okay, I guess we should just take a minute and explain to you what the problem is. See, the real problem is that the food she's eating, her immune system is trying to stop from entry into the body. It sees it as alien food, and it sees it as a toxin. And as a result, the body is fighting like heck. Now, any other little thing that comes along can nail her. That's the problem. So whatever else is around, she's going to get until you give her food that can make her strong. Okay? Take care.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. you guys. We're going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be right back.
Are you prepared for the upcoming season? Get immune support you can really count on. Quantum Nutrition Labs has 3 key players on special for optimal immune support. Nucleotide Complex, featuring the basis for all cellular structure. Colostrum, with its naturally occurring immunoglobulins. And ultra-quality olive leaf support. Buy 2 bottles, get the 3rd one free. Call 888-588-7578. That's 888-588-7578. Or visit us online at qnlabs.com. That's qnlabs.com.
Welcome back to Healthline Live. I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, and we're here to answer your nutrition and health-related calls. You reach us toll-free, 888-588-7576, and you visit us online, qnlabs.com. So let's go right back to the phones now. Let's go to Anna in Modesto, California, and her dad is concerned. He's got some issues with his gallbladder and wants to know what else can be done for it. Are you there, Anna?
Yes. Hello, Dr.
Hi.
Marshall.
And how old's your dad, and how much does he weigh?
He's 87 and 130.
Okay, well, see, unfortunately, issues with the gallbladder are an epidemic in America, and they usually start around age 40. And so by the time you're age 80, you've often lost your gallbladder, and it may be that you've precipitated a lot of cholesterol, so you got a lot of junk in the bile veins and in the gallbladder itself. So, you know, he doesn't have one little thing blocking. He's got an array of stuff blocking it. So what he would need to do if he really wants to do this is, number one, get on something called gallbladder PG, about 2 teaspoons per day, and use this for about 4 months. And it's best to take it after breakfast. That's step 1. Step 2 would be for him, and if he really would like longer, better quality of life, go on the biofield diet. This is a diet. He's doing that. And I would strictly restrict refined oil for at least 90 to 120 days, and then he can relax it a little bit usually. And then he can also use something called gallbladder support. Now, gallbladder support is different than gallbladder PG. The gallbladder PG is designed to promote a softening of any debris that's in the bile veins or in the gallbladder, and gallbladder support is designed to promote a healthy dilation of the common bile duct, so you can blow out whatever's in there. And for him, maybe about 3 per meal. And if he does these things, he can give himself a new lease on life, and he can probably give himself another 20 good years, even better than he's got right now. Okay?
All righty. Thanks a lot.
Take
God
care.
bless you. Thanks for all your help.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right. This is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related questions. You reach us toll-free, 888-588-7576. And, of course, you can also visit us online, QN Labs, look up our radio broadcast times around the country, tell a friend, have them join us for Saturday. And also, Monday through Friday, we've got a half-hour show for you, and you can see all those radio times as well as prior broadcasts and much more info. So, qnlabs.com. And today we've been talking about immune health, and, you know, we talked a little bit about nucleotides, but boy, these are a really great player to promote a good supply of nucleotides, which you could use prior to surgery or a trauma if you know you're going to have it, and following the surgery or injury or whatever you've got, using maybe 4 to 6 every 4 hours can make a huge difference. And to me, this is one of the developments of the 21st century that helps us with understanding RNA and DNA, and it's a practical thing you can do so you can improve and promote your best quality of life. That's the real trick here that we're looking to do. So That's Nucleotides, and don't miss any of our specials today. We have, of course, Nucleotides, colostrum, the stand-in immune system, D3, the player that helps all the immune compounds, promotes them all, limonene, a great emulsifier for our oregano oil and also for the D3 gold, immune support, which is like your basic player on the block, oregano oil for the upper, the throat, sinus, right in that area. Quantum vitamin C is not just ascorbic acid, but it's also got the bioflavonoids that regenerate the ascorbic acid when it's been used and turned to a free radical dihydroascorbate. And then CoQ10 for your cell energy. Give a buzz to the order line. They can help you with any of these great specials. You'll buy two, get 25% off each. Just call the order line, 800-370-3447. 800-370-3447. All right, let's go right back to the phones. Let's go right to Ina in Southern California, and she's got a question about her daughter's wisdom teeth. All right. Are you there, Ina?
Yes.
How old is your daughter, and how much does she weigh?
She's 33 and 130 pounds.
Okay. And what's going on with her wisdom teeth?
The dentist wants to remove all of her wisdom teeth.
Okay. Why is that? Are they not?
She says she has. I think it's a soft. She said it's soft, and she gets.
Easily decay?
Yes.
Okay, well, but that's not a reason to remove them because that gives you a lot of biting surface. My opinion is you always want to keep every tooth you got in your mouth. What I would do, of course, is to make sure that she brushes and flosses, and you monitor that tooth to make sure, and if it does decay, you can use the low-fusing ceramic materials, which are stronger than your original tooth, once it's laser bonded in there, and then you keep all that biting surface. You see, the upper teeth of your mouth are used by the body to respirate the base of the brain. So you don't want to lose a tooth unless it's in sideways or infected or something's really bad about it. Okay, then get it the heck out of there. But otherwise, you know, you want to keep everything the greatest one gave you.
Yeah.
Okay?
And she's wearing night guard sometimes. So is it anything she can take so she doesn't have to, because she's grinding her teeth at night.
Well, most of the time when you're grinding teeth, you're in bone loss. So you need to check her first morning urine pH, and you want to, it should be in the green zone, 6.4 to 7.0. Now, if she consumes a lot of dairy products or meat, fish, poultry, eggs, it may be very difficult to have this pH where it belongs. And when it's not there, then it's very common that we will grind our teeth. So I would keep the bite guard until you can see a first morning urine pH that holds for a good 2, 3, 4 weeks straight. Then you know that she probably won't need the bite guard. Okay?
Okay, and I have other question. I have twins. One twin has a acne problem, and other twins has a stomach. Whatever she eats hot food, spicy food, her stomach hurts.
Okay, well, hot spicy food for certain body types, the Ayurvedic body types like Pitta, are hard for them to handle. So I wouldn't be too upset about that. The acne, of course, we know from the 1950s, from the work done by the Pasteur Institute in France, that these are the result. The acne is the result of disordered bacterial ecology of the gut, and it's very hard to fix it. But if she is steadfast, she can get on something like garlicidin to break the tough little biofilms that are in them. How much does she weigh, and how old is she?
She's 31 and 150 pounds.
Okay. So what you would want to do here is have about 2 to 3 garlicidin per meal, and that will help to break any of these biofilms that are in the gut. And then you'd want her to have some kind of a good probiotic to take. In this case, you would want to, like you get our probiotic, it's in a locust bean capsule. So all you have to do is swallow it, and that will target the large intestine, and that's where you want to target. And over a period of a year or two, you'll see that the gut change can have a profound effect on getting rid of the acne. Okay?
Okay. I ordered it already, so yeah. Okay.
Okay, very good.
You.
Take care.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Okay.
All right. This is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, and this is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related questions. And don't forget, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, then it's time to visit with a QRA practitioner, someone who's mastered 21st century clinical nutrition. They're going to be able to pinpoint exactly what you need so you can have great, healthy bone metabolism or digestion, or go through the whole body depending on what your particular objectives are. And they're going to be able to give you just exactly what you need so that body can perform so much better. They can also find pesky scarred traumas you may not even realize you have that have been interfering with the health of a key organ or gland. And given enough time, 20, 30, 40 years, those interference fields could destroy the organ or gland to which they reflex. So they can mud pack that area, fix the problem, and a thimble full of nutrition can outperform a wheelbarrow full before. So give a buzz to the order line. They'll be happy to help you with the names of some practitioners in your area. The order line, 800-370-3447. All right, this is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live. Let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to Wiley in Colorado, and he's got some dizziness. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
And how old a man are you, and how much do you weigh?
69 and 195.
And when did the dizziness begin? Did you have a blow or anything to your head?
Yeah, I did about 3 or 4 years ago on the job. But however, it has subsided. I went to the doctor. He told me I had vertigo.
Yep.
And it has subsided. I hadn't been dizzy for about a year or so. And but I woke up this morning. I mean, my head was swimming.
Now you sound like you're a little congested. Are you congested, Wiley?
No, not really.
Huh? Do you consume any dairy products?
Yeah, I do.
I think you're going to have to go off them for a little while. I'm hearing the mucus in your voice, and I think it may be jamming your sinuses and your ears. And if you do that, you're going to get dizziness without a blow to your head. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So if I were you, I would not have any dairy products for about 10 to 14 days. I think you're going to be all cleared up. Now, it's possible you got a dead tooth, or you got a gum infection, or you got something going in your mouth. You're at that age. It's also very likely you can't digest your food. So at your age, you really ought to get on digestive enzymes like Quantum Digest and taking.
Good. I'm on that product.
Good, very good. All right, and you still have the mucus. Then I'm more and more confident we need a 10-day to 2-week holiday from dairy. Okay.
Okay.
And I don't think dairy is good for you, or maybe even your family. Are you African American, Wiley?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, no African American can digest lactose. So you have to get cheese that's aged more than 9 to 12 months. You should just use it as a condiment, not as a main food. You cannot eat a pizza because it's a crappy overnight cheese loaded with lactose. The digest will help you to break this down, but you can eat too much of it. So, it's better to put the lid on this and just use cheese occasionally, like in your salad as a condiment, maybe an ounce of it, not much. And this is not a food for you. You got the best kidneys on earth. You got to play to your strength and not to your weakness. Okay?
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Also, there was a time when I take that HCl after I eat.
Yes.
I was vomiting.
What were you doing?
I was vomiting my food.
Vomiting. Whoa. Well, you may have an injury on the center line of your body from the forehead to the pubic bone, a scar or trauma, maybe a broken nose, maybe an injury to the forehead that's sedating the stomach. So if that's happening, you may need to get some stomach support for a little while and take about 3 of those capsules as a tea. And this, you'll make the tea before you eat, then you should be able to, the stomach will test on, you should be able to use HCl with no problem at all. But if I were you, I would then visit with someone who knew QRA, get the scar or trauma mud pack, then you don't need the stomach tea anymore. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And are you in Denver by any chance, Wiley?
Right. Aurora.
Oh, Aurora. Well, there's very good QRA people in Denver and all around you there, okay? And you wouldn't need to go once or twice would be plenty. And
okay, 'cause I was drinking a lot of water when I took that HCl, and that was helping it. So.
Yes. Well, this will eliminate it altogether, okay?
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you guys. This is Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD. This is Healthline Live, and we're answering your nutrition and health-related questions. Be sure you catch today's great specials to make sure that your little home arsenal is ready and that you've got what you need on hand. And also, I really think today's special of nucleotides is really a great product to keep on hand. And, if you don't use these very often, if you're really pretty healthy, stick them in the refrigerator so you'll get the best lifespan out of them. And be ready when you do have an injury or blow or need a surgery or something. You've got nucleotides right there. And, colostrum is kind of a great thing to have around because I've often used it when I'm getting tired, like driving late at night. You just take 2, 3, 4 of those, and suddenly you notice you're much more alert because what it does is it reduces the need for the body to produce so many white cells, and it immediately gives you a little kick in the pants with red cells, so you're feeling more alert. And in my opinion, it's going to be way healthier for you than slugging down a cup of coffee. So these are some of the things that can be really neat uses for nucleotides and colostrum. And of course, D3 is something everybody needs. And I'd say if you're over 50, it'd be a really good idea to jump on CoQ10 because it's so helpful and it's on special today. Typically taking about 4 at your main meal so it can work its very best. And we got some really great specials out there. Buy 2, get 25% off each. Just give a buzz to our order line, 800-370-3447. 800-370-3447. Let's go right back to the phones. Let's go to John in Cleveland, Ohio. And he's got questions about dental bone augmentation. All right. Are you there, John?
Yes, I am.
And how old a man are you, and how much do you weigh?
69, 210,
Is this
210 pounds, and 6 foot tall.
So what do they want to do? They want to build up an area like...
Right. They want to build up an area that is deteriorating.
In one of the sinus areas, yeah.
Well, it's actually in a lower jaw.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's different. Usually it occurs in the upper area, and that would be normal, and you wouldn't mean bone loss. But when they want bone augmentation in the lower jaw, now you're into what's called the alveolar bone. And that bone is very sensitive to bone loss. So if you need to build that area up, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole until you first figure out why you're losing bone. So normally you would get a roll of pH paper and check the first morning urine pH. Now, this is like a dog chasing its tail, though, because if there is remaining infection in the mouth, no matter what we do, you're not going to get that pH to the green zone, 6.4 to 7.0. Or it'll maybe come in and go out. So first, you need to be sure there's no raging infection left in the mouth, like a dead tooth or a pocket of infection from an old extraction, something like this. So we need to hunt that down and make sure we've got rid of that. Then we've got to work on getting the first morning urine pH in this green zone. Now, if you were 5 years old, this would be usually a very easy task, John, but we're not 5, so neither you or I. So the task could be easy, could be hard. So first we get the pH paper and we find out where we are. Now, if you're already in the blue zone, you're in deep trouble. That means you're making ammonia to buffer your urine, and you're really low in minerals. Then when you start with something like the coral and the vitamin D, and D3 gold, and you start maybe with half a teaspoon of coral, and every 3 days you check yourself, and if it was blue, it should drop down to the 5 or very yellow, and then it should build its way back up. And so every 3 days you check it. As long as it's going up, you don't have to increase the coral. If it doesn't want to go up, you could double the coral and see if it'll start moving. Let's say it won't. Okay, then we may have to support parathyroid and the kidney. Okay, so many times we can support the kidney with simply taking 5 DHA at your body size, like our DHA 200. And for the parathyroid, you can use the chlorella is one of the things that works well, maybe 2 capsules just once a day with lunch. And now see, will that move the pH? Now does the pH come up? Okay, now if it comes up and stays in there, great. Let's say it comes up, but it won't stay in there, or you can't quite get it in there. Okay, there's still some bug, some infection somewhere in the body, and now you're going to need to visit with a QRA person, and all this should be done before you do any kind of bone grafting, okay? Because if you try any of this, it's not going to work good, and you're not going to heal well when they do the other dental work, so the whole darn thing is going to be bad. So you get a QRA practitioner, and they can test the teeth and the gums, and especially the area behind the teeth called the retromolar area, because so many of us have infection that sits there most of our life from the extraction of a impacted wisdom tooth and the residual infection never being dealt with. So what we can do there, usually you can locate through the QRA practitioners, one of the dentists that has a laser, like an ND YAG laser, and they can crank up the power to maybe 3 watts or so and disinfect that whole area. And you'll be able to see the pH becomes mobile then, and it might take 1 or 2 times to do it, but let me tell you, your future is riding on this. If you don't get your bone metabolism going good, and you're 69, by the time you're 89, you won't even be able to walk, okay? So
I hear you.
It's not a pleasant prospect that's offered for us as we age. And part of it is our crummy mineral status food. Part of it is our overeating oil. And part of it is, of course, desperately needing to be able to digest our food well. That's the other thing you've got to do. You got to make sure you're on some kind of pancreatic enzymes like Quantum Digest, and that your body weight at least 2 of those at the start of a meal, the end of the meal, maybe 5 or even 6 betaine hydrochloride. And now you know you're digesting the way you did in your 20s. And if you have plaque, this will get the plaque right off the teeth. So it's your warning. And at your age, you shouldn't eat cooked food without taking digestive enzymes. If you do, you're asking for trouble. And so this little dental thing is a great adversity that you can turn to your advantage. Okay?
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome. Bye now. You guys don't miss our specials. Give a buzz to the order line, 800-370-3447. Remember, these nutrients are made to really work for your system.
You've been listening to Dr. Bob Marshall, Ph.D., on Healthline Live. To find out more about these specials or any of our other great products, call 1-800-370-3447. That's 1-800-370-3447. Dr. Marshall's comments have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Have a healthy and radiant day.
You've been listening to Dr. Bob Marshall, Ph.D. on Healthline Live, where your questions and concerns about ongoing health challenges are addressed with the latest nutritional protocols and quantum state technology. Thanks to everyone who called in. If you didn't get your question on the air, call us at 800-370-3447, and one of his trained associates can help you. Your good health is important to us. Don't forget to take advantage of our daily blockbuster special at 800-370-3447. That's 800-370-3447. You can create a healthy and happy you.
It's time to be a good steward of your life. Face each day with optimism and a joyous attitude. Never before in recorded history has your health been under siege as it is today, with our pathetic excuse for food, the standard American diet, proven in study after study to be woefully deficient in key nutrients, in particular minerals and antioxidants. But God always provides a rescue. It's time to help yourself with nutrition that really works. Over the years, I've been shocked to see the levels of contamination of solvents, chemicals, and poor nutrient substrates used in nutritional products which previously had a good quality record. It seemed that only the labels got better while the content rapidly declined. And of course, everyone continued to claim that their products were the highest quality. Finally, the nutrient quality just declined to such an unacceptable level, we felt forced to manufacture real cell-resonant quality products free of toxic encapsulating agents. Biochemically speaking, we were forced to be very picky when selecting raw materials. We often test dozens of batches from different sources before we find a nutrient which is acceptable and of excellent quality. Then we buy per batch only because batch quality can vary dramatically. You know, we only sell products that support and strengthen all four of your biofields and are so well grown, their own biofield integrity cannot be stress-tapped off, just like the food of America 100 years ago. In contrast, your food today is often weak without stressing it. Even the best American organic food stress taps off after 5 stress taps. Free yourself with our Quantum Nutrition Lab supplements, nutrition that really works. Call 800-370-3447. That's 800-370-3447.
Thanks for tuning in to the Quantum Legacy series, your journey into the foundations of clean, quantum state nutrition. While these broadcasts were originally aired years ago, the principles shared still guide us at Quantum Nutrition Labs today. Please note, any offers or pricing mentioned may no longer be valid. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd be grateful if you subscribed, left a review, or shared this podcast with someone who values natural health. Your support helps us keep the legacy alive. To learn more about our current products and mission, visit qnlabs.com. Until next time, be well and stay connected to nature.